Hey everyone, welcome. I recently needed a handlebar, and if you do your research out there, you're gonna find out that the OneUp carbon handlebar is one of the most talked about bars out in the marketplace. PNW recently launched their Loam. This is their carbon handlebar, 35 millimeters. Are these two the best carbon bars in the industry? Can you guys give me a hand picking between these two? Let's take a closer look. And one of the funny things with our bike industry is that ever since they launched the 35 millimeter bar standard, they've been chasing that 31.8 feel of the handlebars. Well, why not build some more 31.8 handlebars, eh? What a novel idea, right? So OneUp is 35 millimeter only, and they have their specific shape. We'll take a closer look in a second. PNW is claiming that their bar is the best in many ways, and yes, this is a 35 millimeter bar as well, but I saw online that they seem to be working on a 31.8 carbon bar as well, so there is hope, guys, there is hope. As they always do, OneUp uses a no BS approach. You get the bar in a plastic bag, and you have a couple of stickers here at the end telling you pretty much what you got. And PNW, in comparison, spent some time or money on marketing, and you get these branded little baggie. And here at the back, you're gonna have all that information as well. On the OneUp, you're going to notice right away this nicely textured area here for your grips and controls. You have some really subtle cut marks here every 5 millimeters. As you approach the middle of the bar, you see this stealth branding, and also here in the stem area, you're going to have alignment lines on 2 spots. Pretty much the company tagline, and then all the other information about the bars. They provided this stealth finish for the bar because for $9.99 you can customize the bars with the available decals. On the PNW bar, you're going to notice the glossy surface right away around the controls and the bar grip. Cut marks all the way down to 740, just like the OneUp. Here is more information about the handlebar. You can pick the color of the branding here, but in case you want to change it later, PNW provides stickers. You can see them here. Apply them everywhere on the bar as you might wish. Also, in the bag, you're gonna get this. Thank you. I love the fact that they always include QR codes. And inside, you're gonna get some fiber grip for installation. PNW obviously would recommend using this fiber grip to install their bars. The big difference being that OneUp does not recommend using fiber grip or carbon paste in any way. As you know, none of these are just a straight bar. We're talking about the rise, up sweep, and back sweep, and in that, OneUp and PNW differ slightly. Both of these bars are 800 millimeter wide, but you can cut them down to 740 like I mentioned earlier. And here you're gonna see 5 degrees up sweep, an angle that is the same on the OneUp bar. But what's called the back sweep is different on these two bars, 8 versus 10. And what that means is that the PNW bars are gonna wrap around you a bit closer to your body. So if the bars are a bit wider, they might feel a bit comfortable. Also, the stem might feel a bit shorter than it is. And another way that these bars differ is the actual rise. On OneUp, you get 20 and 35 millimeter options, whereas on the PNW, you're gonna have 25 and 38. So if you want a bit more rise on your bar, PNW Loam, it's gonna be the ticket for that. And these two bars are considered to be one of the best because they are comfortable. What does that even mean? Well, you can have a little bit of flex on the handlebar, but if that is in a horizontal plane, that is not good, because when it comes to steering, it's gonna be vague. You're gonna kind of not feel that front wheel what it does. However, if you're able to provide a bit of vertical flex, that is gonna provide what's called comfort. And when PNW launched their Loam Handlebar, they put out there this graph with their bar being the most predictable and comfortable bar in the industry. Now, the way these two companies achieve that kind of features is different. PNW apparently uses what's called CBD, marketing name for compliant board design, meaning that the carbon fibers have different thicknesses and different, I guess, orientation right here where that flex is coming from. You look at OneUp, they have a patented oval shape of the bar in that same area. You look at older bars, these are Bontrager 820 carbons. You can see how thick that area is. Now, this doesn't mean that these carbon bars don't offer you any dampening, but obviously their marketing wasn't as slick, or they were a bit stiffer overall. And again, compared to that, you look at a set of aluminum bars, they work just fine. However, I would keep in mind that some of the aluminum bars, especially the 35mm aluminum bars these days, are stiff as hell. Some might say that the weight of these handlebars doesn't matter that much given their application, but in case you're interested, here it is. The OneUp 820mm rise, 225 grams is supposed to be 220. PNW, this is 25mm rise, comes up to 239. This is 800mm bar again, and in comparison, here's my 820mm bar Bontrager. This comes up to 236. This is a 27.5 rise and 820, as you see over here. And one last difference between the two is the warranty. PNW provides you with the lifetime warranty, like with many of their other products, whereas OneUp Components only gives you 2-year warranty for their bars. Does that mean anything to you? Do you care about lifetime versus 2-year warranty? Let me know in the comments below. So OneUp versus Bontrager versus aluminum versus PNW, 35 versus 31.8. What kind of bars do you guys use? How would you choose between the OneUp and PNW if you were in my shoes? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you have specific questions about PNW Loam or OneUp handlebar. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, hope to see you folks on the trails. Cheers, guys. Cheers.